This is NBA 2K24's tier list series, and today we're covering finishing. We're going to dive deep into it. Got a lot to talk about. Just so you know, we're going to categorize things to help you guys, whether you're a slashing player or a big man who's mashing in the paint in different ways. Those are the two type of mechanics, and we're going to get into it right now. As you can see right here, we're going to have an S as in the best, and A right after that, and continuing down. I think we all know how this works. So let's get right into it and lock in. First and foremost, we're going into slashers. This is probably the most popular, most builds, whether you're a guard all the way through the center, have some type of slashing at some point for the most part. And the reason I'm throwing everything right at you is I don't want to keep this video long, and I don't want to hold you for too much. I know these guys do long videos. Mine's going to be very short, but straight to the point. You can take a screenshot, check this out. But what you have to understand about this list is that I'm talking about what is the strongest specific badges right now before any patches or updates, and what will be efficient for your play style as a slasher. So we're focusing on slashing badges only, and a combination of these will help. We're going to start off from the bottom to the top. I have precision dunker low only because right now they're working on a fix to help the precision dunks to get improved. We'll see how that works when a patch comes out. Maybe I'll do another update of these. You have rise up, which is extremely good. It's not primary for slashers because you're cutting to the basket and you're not going to be using these as much. But if you can have it at a decent rate, that will help you with dunks or layups, standing dunks or layups. So you want to have this, and I have it at a C specifically for slashers. This section of this specific tier list is for slashers. So pay attention to that. Now we're going to do mashers right after in 2 seconds. So just stick with me as we go forward. Then we're going to go into Aerial Wizard. For me, Aerial Wizard is one of the most fun badges, and it's actually very powerful this year. Not everybody has the skill or the teammates to throw them lobs and catch it and do their job, but it's very easy to trigger the right animations if you do know what you're doing. And this can go even higher at an A if you're highly skilled and you and your team focus on that. Same thing with two-step and spin cycle. Both of these badges are skill based, so I have them at B because it depends on how good you are with euro steps or spins to score. Okay, as you're slashing, if you don't have a direct line to the basket, using two-step is going to be one of the most efficient ones this year. But spin, when necessary, can really get you open and really shake someone off you. So that's why they're at B. If you're really skilled, you can throw that up there and really make them look amazing as we go. The next two badges, which is Giant Slayer and Slithery. Here's the thing. Slithery might not be felt right now. You can have it on Hall of Fame and you don't feel like you're slipping through like in previous games, but it's there and it's happening contextually, meaning you don't have to actually trigger anything. It'll let you slip a little more. It's not a big boost, but it's in the game, and that's where it can be very useful, and I have it at a B. Same thing with Giant Slayer. If you're short, I mean really short, 6'1", 6'3", and there's a bigger guy, 6'8", 6'9" type of players, you're going to be able to get more layups in, and you might not notice that the badge is what's helping, but that's the case. All right, posterizer. The reason I have posterizer high is people will think, hey, I'm not getting as much dunk as last year. Sure, but with posterizer on Hall of Fame or gold, you will feel the difference of how you activate more dunks. If not, you'll end up doing a lot of layups. I know this because I have a center, I have a 6'8" slasher, and both those two different builds got more dunks activated because of posterizer getting higher up when I had it on gold and Hall of Fame. So fearless finisher, every build should have this. That's so that when you get contact, you're able to put a stop to it. And if you're looking for a description of these guys, I mean, the game has them, so you can check it out. Basically, it's going to absorb contact, and this is critical for every build, every slashing type. Now, Bunny, Once again, this is a skill-based badge, but I have it a little higher because it's been more effective than ever this year in a long time since 2K20. Hop steps are top tier, and bunny is really good when you have it at a high rate. So you want to be looking for high rates if you can. And if you want to activate this a lot, do it offline, make it Hall of Fame, and then go into online modes. That's what I suggest for all these badges. Bulldozer, I have videos specifically on Bulldozer. It's the first badge I wanted to test, and I absolutely love it. You're going to be able to do some crazy things, pushing people off you, and it's just top tier when it comes for that. And you can use it pretty much on any build if you can get the right requirements for it. So I personally recommend this, and then knowing how to trigger it by holding turbo right as you get contact, you can kind of push someone off you and then get into the lane, do a dunk or things like that. Check out the video that I have about that if you really want the details. Big driver, this is top tier. All right, this is strictly for big men, 6'10" and things like that. If you're going to be driving, this is pretty much a blow by badge, and it's for the big men only, which I love the fact that 2K did that. So if you create a big man and you want to focus on being able to handle the ball, this badge will be for you, and it's at an A because of that reason. Now, Acrobat is a badge that a lot of people will not understand and not feel fully, and that's where it's actually working. All right, so when you're doing a gather, if you're doing a spin, if you're doing a euro, if you're trying to pump fake jump into somebody, it just helps protect the ball a bit in your gathers. So you want to have it as high as possible as a slasher when you need it. Now we're going into the S tier. The only reason this is S tier is because there's no patches or updates to break them and to stop them from being that good. We'll start off with Pro Touch. The reason why Pro Touch is powerful, they made layups just better this year. Simple as that. So layups are very viable. There's a lot of ways to utilize them, and Pro Touch allows you to be rewarded for timing your actual layups. With that in mind, Scooper is as well just as powerful. It's very strong. It knows how to stop these big men who want to come and block you. You can throw those quick scoop layups, and this is very efficient. Then, of course, Floater, another badge. These three are all together, basically. But this combination of Pro Touch with any of these two that I'm talking about, Floater game, top tier stuff. Floater game is very hard to stop, and it's very difficult. You're used to people running into the rim and trying to get a layup, but with Floater you can do it from the free throw line and just get a little quick floater, and the center's in the paint waiting. Too late. You got a beautiful floater, and it's open shot, so it really does help. Last but not least, a badge that you can say is broken. I won't say it's broken. I think it's really helping the game, and it's going to be, people disagree, helping the game for people to stop jumping too much and exaggerating 5 jumps in one possession trying to block somebody is not real basketball. You don't see NBA players bouncing around like if they're on a pogo stick. So this badge right here is perfect to be able to basically counter that. So if you can get this at a high rate, and then you're trying to slash to the paint, you're going to get some foul calls with it. Whistle is top tier stuff. I absolutely love it. And this is the slasher tier list. And of course, we're going to go into the masher. Some of these badges will blend in with the mashers. This is not a single tier list. This is a breakdown of different play styles. So now we're moving into the mashers, and you're going to see a whole different list here with some of those badges in the previous returning as well. And there's a reason for this, because you can implement different play styles together and blend them in. But mashers are usually the bigger guys who are just in the paint. Okay, so just understand that. And we're going to run through these pretty quickly because there are some ones that we had before. So back down Punisher. It's easy peasy. It's not that effective as I would say in previous years. It was really strong. Even though strength is really good this year, you can utilize this, but it's up to you to see how effective it is. I love it for the mid range. You can push people off of you and get great jumpers. As far as down in the paint, you can back people down pretty well without it. And if you have it at a low tier, it's still going to be effective. So that's why I have it at C. Masher hasn't been that great this year. You don't really need to mash like the old ways. You know, you could pump fake once maybe and just go up with it, or you can just be effective. So that's why I have that. And these three are not officially masher badges, and we talked about them on the other video, but they're very helpful. So slithery, spin cycle, and acrobat. So if you're a masher and you're posting up people and things like that, these can help a little bit also. So you want to have them at a decent rate if you can, but they're not the priority, and that's why they're on C tier. Dream Shaker, top tier stuff, a fun way to play. I would say mostly for mid-range post players instead of the inside big post players, and that'll be good. Aerial Wizard, top tier for centers. I love this the most for centers because you're able to get standing dunks, whether driving dunks. You're going to get some really good stuff with Aerial Wizard. Post Specialist, it was broken at the beginning of the year. They kind of tweaked it. It's still a decent badge to have if you can, and that's why I have it here. Precision Dunker, as I was saying, it wasn't that good, but for standing dunks, it's really nice. So if you're decent with that, you want to utilize it for the masher style build. Fearless Finisher, of course, we talked about it, but basically it's going to allow you to absorb contact when you're down there. You can't always go for a post hook. All right, then you got Rise Up and Fast Twitch. They're going to go together because Rise Up is going to give you those dunks, extra finishes, and then Fast Twitch is going to let you do them faster, whether it's a layup or a dunk. And that is very critical for mashers. So I would have it almost on S tier if I felt like it was stronger than ever, but it is really strong this year and you want to have it. Now, Posterizer, again, this is one of those badges. You might not feel it and you might not understand it, but I've been getting more standing dunks because I have Posterizer on. I'm not dunking on people more. I'm just dunking in general more. So instead of going up for layups, sometimes this will help. Now, big driver. This is huge for big men. I absolutely love it. It's definitely necessary. It's very powerful. Same thing with Bulldozer. We talked about that just recently, so you know what's going on with that. All right, for the S tier badges, Whistle, we already told you why, especially down low in the paint. A lot of people like to jump, so this can be very critical for mashers. Pro Touch, same thing. You want to be able to get those hook shots or those layups, time them perfectly, and you're going to have more efficiency. Now, post spin control. This bad boy has been killing it out there. I'm talking mid-range post and inside big post. Technician work is top tier. Definitely feel its effectiveness on Hall of Fame, and you want to do it. And adding to that is Drop Stepper. This badge right here, to me, can be literally game changing if you know how to use it properly. Even on my lower level builds, I use Drop Stepper just because I have high strength, and man, oh man, it works like a charm. And those are the general breakdowns on some of this. I'm going to go down here real quickly and give you guys a quick look at some of the badges. I want to talk about the fact that this isn't going to be a one and done type of thing. When you make your build, take your time, check out what you really feel like you're going to utilize. For example, for me, I made a build at 6'8" with 95 strength. I wanted Bulldozer. I wanted Hall of Fame physical handles, and so many badges combining to this. And I have a stacked badges video that you can check that out and see more or less what that means. And what it means is you're going to put on specific badges, for example, Bunny, Bulldozer, a couple of badges that are in here that I feel are what I play like. So I made sure I had them on Hall of Fame. So that's what you want to do. Check this tier list out. And if you already made your builds and you're like, okay, let me see what I can be more effective with, go ahead and check this out and try it for yourself. Come down in the comments and tell me, yes, I agree. No, I disagree. You don't know what you're talking about. I love both sides. It's fun because this tier list is strictly off of my experience, which I have 200 hours in the game, and from other players that I've asked. And I basically spend all my time, anytime I'm playing with, asking people what badges they're liking, what they're enjoying as far as animations and things like that, just to get some research and some actual backup on my post or like this. So we do have shooting, playmaking, and defense tier list that we got going on. So you can check those out and make sure you lock in right here at Coach M. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want to show support. And man, oh man, we're going to see you on the next one. See you on the court. Peace.